self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am not going to use a Lizzo lyric this week because I don't want On Point to mess it up for me. So I'm just Calamity Red.
Okay, well, I mean, you could do Lizzo lyrics if you want to.
Okay.
Look, you can't continue to be in denial that Lizzo is a super freak. And she is masked her super freakness in what can be interpreted as normal.
I'm not doing this for you.
Dialogue in the form of music. You can't keep hiding from that shit.
It's not hiding from it. You just turn things that are dirty that weren't dirty. That's all.
I listened to Lizzo's album.
Thank you.
She is a freak.
That's what you gathered from listening to that album?
No.
Okay.
That's a part of what I've gathered.
Did you like the album?
Yeah, I liked it.
She's
I liked
good.
it.
I don't listen to Lizzo getting dressed every
I just
morning.
don't know if she a rapper or a singer.
She's a Missy Elliott. She Missy Elliott.
What's that? What is that?
I don't know.
I mean,
Missy. I don't know. It's what Missy does too. I don't know what you.
Missy don't sing.
Yeah, she does.
Missy can't blow like that.
She sings though.
Barely.
Her, 1 Minute Man. She sings the verses on 1 Minute Man. She sings.
She
Boy,
be
I'm gonna give it to you.
trying to sing.
Lizzo does have a better singing voice, but they both sing. I'm not gonna argue with you about the quality and the levels. There's levels to this shit.
It is what it is.
It
is what it is. We are Conversation Con Artists, back for another fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. Also, we're still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and send it to us that way. We're going to have Colin on the show. And not today, but on an upcoming episode. So I actually have a scenario, or not a situation that happened this week, but I've already gotten On Point's take, and I just want to see what Colin would say. So I'm going to save that because it ain't going nowhere. It don't matter. I can say whatever. I can say it whenever because it's not moving. It's not moving nowhere. So doesn't matter. But Colin also wrote us a letter.
He did. Let's get into it. The name of the letter, the title is episode 201, Power Meat.
Because, why not?
Hey, meat positivity. All right?
Meat does whatever. I'm not going to do it.
The power of the meat is not in its size, but is in the will and the determination of the individual with whatever meat he has. Just know that. Know that, men. If you got average to under average size meat, you can do something with that. Look, your meat don't need to be number 4 inches to get the job done, okay? But let me let you know, the amount of work that you have to put in with 4 inches is exponentially more than if you had more than 4 inches. So I hope you got more than that, but you can get the job done. Now, if you got less than 4, we starting to get into micro penis territory. That is a physical medical condition that you need to see somebody about.
Ain't
okay?
You can see, don't see nobody. Ain't nothing they can do. It's just what it is. They can't do anything about micro penis. It just is.
Listen, what? At some point they will be able to. At some point they're gonna have a remote control meat that they can get implanted, and they're gonna be able to use their remote to go big, little, left, right. You can even put a little. You can put a little curve in it.
It's like Rick and Morty, that episode where that king of another planet needed Jerry's penis because it was the same shape as his heart.
Oh yeah.
And Beth got to pick out what his replacement penis.
Exactly. Beth went straight for the big meat.
She did.
Didn't even know what it would do. Well, Beth probably know what it would do. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Shit was so funny. Listen. Y'all need to watch Rick and Morty if you haven't. But
I talk to a lot of women, right? And a big meat is cool in theory.
It is, but it is not in practice.
But in practice, it's not. It's
painful. It hurts.
It's harder for a woman to deal with that. And if you want to pleasure a woman, big meat ain't where you want to go. So if you got a micro penis and you get an implant,
well, let's
just make
not,
sure
okay.
it's variable.
Oh, the implant. I was gonna say, well, let's not go crazy. Like you don't have to go from too big to a micro. But you're saying for the micro penis with the implant.
Yeah,
okay.
but you already know how people who are short people overcompensate with their shortness.
So
if somebody got a micro penis and they got a chance to
they're gonna get the biggest one
exactly.
they can get.
It's like the people that got a Hummer. There's no reason for you to have a Hummer, period, in America.
There was a show. It was was it My Strange Addiction? Not My Strange Addiction. One of those type of shows where there was this man with like the world's largest penis, and he was having trouble. Basically, nobody wanted to fuck him. First of all, it was hilarious because looking at him, you would not have figured that he was packing that. He looked like a IT person that come to your office when your computer's fucked up. Like there's nothing about him that would say this nigga's probably a porn star. Nothing at all. And so his episode was talking about how he had to deal with the difficulties of having a penis as large as his. I can't remember what the size was. I don't know. I watched that episode a while ago. I can't even remember what the one. You can find it easily, I'm sure.
I'm sure you can.
But he was a white man, and he said that he had dated people, and it had got to that point, and they would be in the room, and she would be like, no, just no. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. I wish I had known prior to, so before you even got to this
was
point.
he a Latino dude?
He was just, maybe he could have had some mixed in there, but he
This article says man with world's biggest penis is a liar and it's actually just 6 inches long.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Radiologist Dr. Jesus Pablo Gilmuro
Oh hell no!
carried out a scan on Robert Esquivel Cabrera, who said he has an 18.9 inch penis.
No,
so that's not him.
Mm-mm.
Clearly, that means this rabbit hole gets too deep to get on a quick search. So the world's biggest meat is not Latino, y'all. Apparently, it's white. That's what Jen said. He's white man.
It could have been. He could have. He was like that. Like Jewish white. You know how sometimes they look a little different. Like it was like a little spicy white baby, but white nonetheless.
Big meats is probably a deformity.
Yeah.
That shit probably ain't supposed to be like that.
No.
I mean,
so.
if everything we have is made for continuing the race and repopulating, then it would make no sense to have a big old meat. It wouldn't make sense. Especially if it's hurt or it can't fit inside of somebody. That can't be a part of the natural order of things. But there are some women out here.
Well, but they are. And I mean, a lot of these men with large penises like that, but they do porn. And women who are used to taking these large, whether they're real or non-real penises, is nothing for them. But for the average woman, if you out here on the street just trying to date like a regular woman, more than likely you're not going to get a standing ovation for that. You might be told to leave. Actually, I think I might be like, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work. I just don't. And I really hate it got this far before we realized that it wasn't gonna work.
That's what, like, there's some things about us men that we have to make sure women love us first before we get to that point. Now, don't get me wrong. You're not going to be able to avoid the women who need to find these things out about you before they invest more in you.
Strange Sex is the name of the show. So now let me find what that man's name was and how big his penis was if I can. But we can go on with Colin's letter and come back to this because I might not be able.
Okay. Power meat. First, I love when Red immediately has the fuck out of here response for Brock Turner.
Fuck that nigga. Mm-hmm. It's so visceral. I hear his name and I just want to punch the air. Like, I'm still so angry about that.
That motherfucker deserves to be absolutely under the jail. Number one, power moves. I should have been more clear. Me and a buddy from college used to call things like him driving 16 hours round trip on a regular weekend for a chick making power moves. A different way to put it, how far are you willing to have drive for a shot at either delivering or receiving, yes, Red, power meat? How far you done drove?
How far have I driven? Oh, now I'm sad. Halfway to Florida.
Halfway to Florida?
Yeah.
God damn.
I know.
Halfway to, what city was it?
I don't remember. This was college. I don't remember what city it was. But it was a long goddamn drive. And while I was driving, I was mad at myself. Like, the fuck is you doing? Didn't stop me from going, but I was driving like shit. Yeah, halfway to Florida. That's probably the furthest. Yeah, halfway to Florida.
I ain't driven no further than my city that I lived in at the time. Hell no. First off, I ain't got the money to get on no flights.
That's why I was driving.
I've never had the money anyway to get on no flights or fly. So if it wasn't driving, I can't do it, and I hate to drive. So I'm just not getting that trim. When I was in Montgomery, I used to drive to Tuskegee. 30 minutes is about the max. And I also wouldn't say that I drove there to deliver meat. I've never walked into any situation with a level of expectation in terms of I'm about to deliver some meat. I've never.
Oh, you're a man. Yeah, you can't really do that.
No. Men do that all the time.
They do, but they're stupid for doing that because you're not guaranteed.
I'm a worst case scenario thinker. I go into a situation thinking is that time of the month. She definitely ain't finna give me no trim. My meat ain't gonna work. Like, I just go ahead worst case scenario thinking. That way I can make decisions more appropriately. You make decisions appropriately when you don't have no expectations. When you on the road, like, I'm finna get some ass. You also likely finna get a ticket. You also likely about to hit some animals on the road that you see. You also gonna forget that you need to get some condoms. Like, but you can, when you have your mind set for no expectations, you normally be good. But that's the best I've done.
But I don't think that other person, that's a power move on their part to me.
What you mean?
If I can get you to drive round trip to where I am, that's my power move. You ain't made no power move. You gave up power. You fucking traveling round trip this long ass distance. That's not you with being in power. To me, that other person is in power. The nigga I drove halfway to Florida, that was a power move on his part, not mine. He was willing to me. If he had asked me to drive all the way there, he'd have been fucked because it wasn't.
I interpret power moves as Colin saying it ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I can drive. Shit, I can take the trip. I'm going. Now, if your gas tank almost on E and you got barely just enough money to do it, fuck you doing?
But people,
like, I feel like when you don't lose it, like, I don't feel like they lost anything.
Yeah,
doing that. You know what I'm saying? First, if you lose something doing that, then no, it's a problem. Like, if you don't pay rent to go get some trim, the fuck with that shit laced in gold? Did you get a return? She let go of the eggs. You get one? Damn, that'd be horrible.
That would be horrible.
What would you do if your dog like shit out a whole golden shit nugget?
I don't know.
Would you throw it away? Or would you?
If it was actually gold?
Yeah.
Hell no. What am I throw it away for?
I don't know, because it's shit and it just came out of your dog's ass.
Ain't nobody gonna know it's shit.
You might think you having a goddamn psychotic episode.
No, I mean, I wouldn't tell people it was shit. I would just say, look at this gold.
But it looks like a piece of shit, though. If
but
it came out solid.
Gold nuggets coming all kind of, I'd just be like, look, Remy was digging in the yard. Look what we found. I would
No, I'm
dirty
telling
it up.
you, it looked just like a piece of shit. Like you taking a gold piece of shit to the pawn shop.
But if it's gold and it has the heft of gold, what they gonna do? They're not gonna say this looks like a turd.
I'm sorry, it made me think of, imagine if somebody was having a psychotic disorder and they was picking up all their dog shit, taking it to the pawn shop like it was gold,
They would get
but
arrested.
it's actual shit.
Eventually.
Would they get arrested?
I think the pawn shop would eventually
Like if
call
somebody
the police and say this person is unwell.
Like if you was outside walking your dog and somebody came up to you with a closed cloth and was like, my dog been laying gold, and they open it up and it's just shit right there.
Come on, Remy, let's go. I ain't even
Let's
go
get
for
the
shit.
fuck on.
Just let's go on, keep on moving.
Well, they
let's
think
go.
I'm gold in this motherfucker. Okay, let's continue. 2, dreadlocks in football. This is a conversation topic that I want to have on the show, but the short version is that I find it interesting, air quotes, that a game purports to somehow be professional. More on this, but I have a lot of reasons why football should be canceled as being taken seriously. Love that players like Odell Beckham are running around on the field with $100,000 luxury watches. LOL. OBJ, he said he gonna hook up watches. Oh, you know. How you know?
Because everybody say he gay all the time.
So you keep up with hitting shit related to him?
I don't keep up with shit related to him, but because there's like some scandal attached to him, then there's a lot of gossip about him that I see.
Oh,
that's why.
So you knew he's starting to wear watches on the field?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because once you start seeing the bad shit, you also see little silly shit like him wearing watches on the field. Like, all right, nigga.
3, Papa John's. He's trash, but it could be either way. I think I low-key side with Mr. Point in that maybe he's trying to do the right thing. Maybe. He's still trash, and I don't even like pizza that much anyway, let alone his pizza.
What's your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza?
Place.
Shit, of the commercial ones, hell, Papa John's.
Really?
Yeah, because they the only ones that sell a good-ass spinach Alfredo pizza.
Oh shit, nigga! Yeah, you ordered that before, and I had that shit is good.
That shit, that's the only place that got one of that quality.
Man, that shit is amazing.
Because their sauce is too robust for me. I can't eat their pizza sauce. I get like, it fucked me up. The mix with the cheese and it fucked me up. None of the other ones have a good ass spinach Alfredo pizza. I get the spinach Alfredo pizza with chicken, tomatoes, bacon on it. Sometimes I add mushrooms and extra cheese, and that bitch is fire.
Damn, you right. I'm remembering it now.
Yeah.
Now, goddamn.
That shit is good.
It is very good.
And Pizza Hut don't have one that's good. They got some kind of white sauce. They call it white sauce, but it's not Alfredo. And Domino's, I don't think they have shit like that unless they just added one recently, but they used to have this Philly cheesesteak pizza that used to be good because the sauce was like cheese, but it wasn't Alfredo type cheese. But so I fuck with Papa John's because of that spinach Alfredo sauce.
That fucking pizza's delicious. It is.
But yeah, it's just hard to know of when somebody does something racist if they're recovering to try to get back to where they were by looking like they're appeasing the black community or whatever community they've offended, or if they never meant it or are rehabilitated, and they change it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Shaq came up there and said, let's talk about the problems, Papa John's. Let me tell you why the black community canceled you and why y'all had to hire somebody like me. And he went through a fucking 3-day spiel on him, and then Papa John said, God damn, I did fuck up. But it goes back to that my idea that white people who would say something like that, just say the word nigga, like the dudes I used to play Dungeons and Dragons with, they would say nigga, they wouldn't blink it out. When they don't believe they're racist, nothing that they do, they see as racist. So if they believe inherently that they're not racist, if they say nigga, saying nigga can't be racist. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of where they mind at.
Yeah.
So him saying it, knowing he's not racist, he didn't realize that it make us think he racist. Because you should have the foresight to know that word is problematic. How disconnected are you from media that you don't see people saying these kind of words all the time and black people being angry about it? Okay, my bad. 4. Gays in the black community. More to follow. I got 2 stories I want to share in particular. Ooh, he got shit to share, boy. Then maybe this why I was asking why you sent the email if you was gonna be on the show today. And I was like, this is a reminder email, so we got a lot of good shit. So I'm glad you sent it.
This will be a good show when he comes on.
5. Interracial marriage. Loving v. Virginia. So this was changed via the Supreme Court in the above case, which is why a lot of states still have the law in their books. The Supreme Court ruling is the law of the land now by precedent.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sense. So states don't have to change their shit because they got to follow the law of the land anyway.
Which means that fucking lady in Mississippi could not do the shit she did then. It is problematic for her to tell this couple that you can't get married here because when you black and he white, that's problematic.
Man. If somebody walk up to if you walk up to a white lady porch and she say, no niggas allowed, it ain't nothing you can do about that. But leave, just like them. Like, why would you even want somebody why would you want to do your wedding at that place after they did that?
Well, but I mean, but off of principle, I ain't gonna say like somebody's individual home, but you running a business. I sue the fuck out of her just on principle. Like, obviously, I don't want to have it there no more after you said that shit. But how fucking dare you say that shit? So guess what? Sue the fuck out of her. You
about to get sued, bitch.
I would sue the shit out of her. What the fuck is you talking about? It goes against your Christian values. I'm a man and he's I'm a man. I'm a woman and he's a man. What the fuck is you talking about? What? Where in the Bible? Show me.
Still, that story makes for an interesting constitutional challenge given the court as composed. 6, recording. Let's shoot for September 21st to 22nd. So you can advise I'll be on the podcast next week. I'll advise y'all separately for hard scheduling. Cheers, y'all. Colin.
All right, so y'all heard him. Colin gonna be on the show if y'all have questions.
The boy will be here next week. Said his week is completely freezy, free, and we're gonna get it done.
We're gonna get it done. So before we get off of this part, I am gonna save my dating situation to see what Colin says. So I'm not even gonna mention it at all until he's on the show. But I'm just curious as to how many of these movies you have seen. Okay. Because I know there were a lot of movies that you didn't get to watch.
Bunch. I ain't seen a lot of movies.
Okay.
I can tell you about them.
So
I ain't seen them.
I'm going to go down this list real quick. Coming to America.
Yes.
Was that a recent viewing?
No.
You've been seeing Coming to America.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
Poetic Justice.
Yes.
Love Jones.
No.
You haven't seen Love Jones?
No, I haven't.
I need you to see Love Jones.
Is it on the IMDb top 300?
Probably not, because it's a Nick. These are black movies.
I haven't seen it.
Keep that in mind. It's like the quintessential love story.
I know what it is. Lorenz Tate. I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I told you I can explain all these movies and what they are. I used to burn movies for people. I know what they all are.
You just ain't watched it.
I ain't seen them.
Okay, so you haven't seen Love Jones. Have you seen High Learning?
No. You just trying to expose my lack of blackness.
No, I'm not trying to expose your lack, but I don't even know if I would tell you to watch High Learning. High Learning is one of those movies that just you watch it and it just make you mad at white people for a long time after that, just irrationally because of that goddamn movie.
I'm regulated well enough.
It's pretty bad. But it's a good movie. It's just it was like a lot of gratuitous murder.
It can't be worse than the news. Okay? Like it can't be worse than just reading articles about shit white people doing lately.
True.
All white people. I gotta be very specific.
I guess you know what, you being a therapist and having the mentality that you have, you probably wouldn't. Cause I still get mad. Not as mad as I got older and understood. Cause the guy that does all the shooting does it because he wanted to fit in. He wasn't even really a white supremacist. This was a group. And actually it's what's his name? Oh, what is his name that's always getting in the other white people ass about shit? Oh, what is his name? Gary? Is his name Gary? I have to look it up. I'll have to look it up in a minute. People always saying he invited to the picnic, but I can't remember.
To the cookout?
To the cookout. But I can't remember his name. But it's hilariously enough, he says all of this like pro-black shit, but he was the most horrible white supreme like skinhead. He got with this group and like shot up a black school. Anyway,
Damn.
Set It Off.
Yes, I seen Set It Off.
Eve's Bayou.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not that, man. It's not. Malcolm X.
Nope.
I have not seen Malcolm X. Like the ones I haven't seen, I'm going to mention. All the rest of these up to this point I have, but I haven't seen Malcolm X. And I don't really want to see it, to be honest. It's not a movie on my list. I don't feel like I have
I'll
to
watch
see
it if I go to the barbershop and it's playing or something. I'm far behind on shit. Like, before 2002, I couldn't watch shit when I was living in the house with my mama. I couldn't do them go to church.
Yeah.
And she, up until until I was in high school, she kind of took the reins off and let us do shit like listen to more music. I think I told you the story about my 112 album. My mama made me break my 112 album because she said she felt pain from spirits or something in their music. And she said, if you break this one CD, I'll buy you 2 CDs. And I was like, okay. I broke it in front of her, and then she bought me 2 CDs. Hot Boys, Guerrilla Warfare, and Eminem, his first album.
The Marshall
Mathers LP. And we played both of them in the car a little bit, and she said those are okay. Like, my mama used to do shit like that. Like, she used to feel pain. I believe she did. I do, because we would get in the car after football practice, and she say, somebody hurt their ankle. I feel that. I feel some pain in my ankle. Every time, whatever it is she mentioned, yes, somebody would have. Like, if you ask my friends from that time, they'll say that shit was weird. I don't know how this, but it's just some weird shit. So, and I used to think it was to her benefit until that moment.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she always just used to fake it when
To
she
get
didn't
you
want
to
us to do or listen to something.
no, because
but she bought me 2 hardcore rap albums to get rid of my fucking R&B album.
The worst thing, Room 112 is probably Peaches and Cream. Like, that's it.
So, before y'all get y'all, you ain't seen that. Oh my God, you need to watch. Before y'all get into that, just know that if it was made before 2002, that's the reason I haven't seen it.
I mean, a lot of this I saw after. I mean, my mom, let me see. I did watch Boys in the Hood at home. My mom was in love with Lawrence Fishburne, and what was his dad's name? He had a Sirius. What's his name? Sirius? He had a weird name. Anyway, she loved him as the dad in that movie, so I actually saw Boys in the Hood when I was at home. Probably Higher Learning too. I think Love Jones was after I got out. A lot of sex in Love Jones. Color Purple.
Yes.
You seen Color Purple? Okay.
I've seen Color Purple.
Lean on Me.
Yes.
You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you?
You
smoke
can't do
crack.
that shit no more. You can't tell no kid to jump out the building. And that motherfucker would have won his swan dive off that building. He would have to lie through his goddamn teeth.
Jump. You might as well jump. Lean on Me was good. Oh, that was the first time I ever heard a head nigga in charge. Was on that movie. I'm the HNIC. School Days.
No.
Okay. What's Love Got to Do with It?
No.
You really haven't seen What's Love Got to Do
Nope.
with It? I'm about to stop saying that. What the fuck? You just explained
Yeah,
it,
I
and
know.
I'm
I
still
told
doing
you.
it. I know. It's just New Jack City.
Yes.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Pookie.
Waiting to Exhale.
No.
I mean, it's more of a quintessential black woman movie. I don't know that a lot of that's probably a lot of men that haven't seen, because Waiting to Exhale wasn't for men. So probably a lot of men who haven't seen
It was for some married women with ain't shit men.
Wasn't none of them married. They was all single.
Oh,
Except for
the one that burnt his clothes up.
She was the only one that was married. The other ones weren't married.
I was just about to realize how irrational she was.
Oh, if she wasn't married?
Yeah, if she wasn't married, burnt all his shit up.
Her husband left her for a white woman. The other 3, Whitney Houston, Leela Rashawn, and what is the dark skinned lady name? They weren't married. They was dating. And so It was just a movie for it was single and married women with ain't shit niggas. Roots.
No.
I've never watched Roots again because it's yeah, and I probably never will. Boomerang.
Yes. Recently. Wait a minute. No, I haven't seen Boomerang.
You haven't seen Boomerang?
No, I was thinking about Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oh shit, no, those are both of them have Eddie Murphy in it. They're very different movies, very different concepts.
I would expect that movie to still be on this list.
Vampire in Brooklyn?
Yes.
It's not on this list.
Should be.
Boomerang was a good movie. Boomerang was like a good karma-based movie where somebody finally gets their comeuppance because he finally fell in love and she did him dirty. She wasn't trying to have it. Love and Basketball.
No.
That's like yeah.
Hood love movie.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I have seen Love and Basketball.
Oh, okay.
That's the one where the dude that looked like a pug get hurt at the end.
He does not look like a pug.
He do
Don't
look like
do
a
that
fucking
to
pug.
Omar Epps.
Omar Epps do look like a goddamn pug.
Like a fucking pug. You said that before. He doesn't. I like Omar Epps.
Okay, Omar Epps is cool. He looks like a fucking pug.
He does not look like a pug. Oh, I hate you.
Look at his eyes. He got pug eyes.
Like he has big eyes, but he doesn't look like a pug.
He got pug eyes. They look like they'll pop out in a second.
Omar Epps does not look like a pug. Whatever.
Subjective.
Do the Right Thing.
Yes.
Spike Lee joint. Okay. Brown Sugar.
No.
That wasn't that good of a movie to be. I didn't seen that shit once, and I don't even really remember too much about it because it just wasn't that good. The Best Man.
Yes. 1 and 2.
Best Man is one of my favorite movies.
I posted a status about Best Man.
What about it?
The status was, I'm in the middle of watching Best Man, seeing all of these swole, chiseled up, successful businessmen having a life while I'm sitting here with collard green juice on my shirt.
Oh boy with the dreads, he wasn't really chiseled, was he?
He wasn't chiseled, but they all were successful.
They were all successful.
Yeah.
I like Best Man. Best Man Holiday was cool. They were supposed to be making a third one where Terrence Howard's character got married.
Terrence Howard's finna be done with acting.
Yeah, I saw that.
So,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, who cares?
I saw that and was like, all right, nigga. The Wood.
Yes.
With Omar Epps again.
Pug Man.
He does not look like a pug.
Wait a minute. Omar Epps ain't in the goddamn wood.
He is in the wood.
No, he ain't.
Yes, he is.
Who is he in the wood?
He is one of the adult. The Wood is about them three when they were younger.
Oh yeah,
He's
the adults.
adult
That's
version.
right. That's right. I be thinking about just the kid part of it.
He's the
Forgot
adult
they
of
be
one
grown.
of the kids.
That's right.
Yeah,
Pug Man.
It's them reminiscing
That's
on when they
right.
were
That's
younger.
right. That's right. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, he is in the wood. Juice.
Of course.
You got the juice now.
Tupac is my dude.
Okay.
I had to watch it.
The Wiz.
Vaguely when I was real little, but not. I hadn't seen it as an adult, and I don't remember it very well.
I mean, if you don't like musicals, then it isn't.
I like musicals.
Okay, The Wiz is pretty good then. If you like musicals,
It's a musical called. Hold on, let me see what this musical is called. It is called.
Hamilton.
No, it's called Waitress.
Oh, Waitress. Yeah, actually, Todrick Hall is in that now.
Have
on
you seen
Broadway.
it?
I haven't. I don't even know what it's about, but I know he's
So
in it.
after fucking with Hamilton, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I can fool with musicals.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're
a
not all created
kid
equal.
on America's Got Talent did a song that sounded great, and I was like, "What is this?" And it's on Waitress soundtrack. The very first track on that song is a song where they harmonize using the words butter, sugar, and flour. I was like, this have to be my favorite song by fucking default. I have to let you hear it after this.
That's funny.
But they be like, sugar and butter, sugar and butter, sugar and butter, flour, sugar and butter. That's how the song, and that be playing in the background the whole time while she's singing on the front of it. I'm like, this got to be my fucking favorite song. I bake. I mean, why would I not like this? That shit is amazing.
Todrick Hall and Colleen Ballinger are currently doing a run on Broadway of that show.
Oh, The Wiz?
No.
Waitress. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I might watch it. I like Todrick, so I might like see a recording. Because I ain't going to see the damn show in person, but but just because I like him. I think Colleen all right, but I really like Todrick. So soul food.
Yes. When I was little.
I haven't watched it a ton. The most memorable thing to me was when Vanessa Williams was finna stab her cousin Faith for fucking her husband.
You see, you gotta understand. I saw this at a time of my life where I didn't know much about sex. Mm-hmm. So the only scene I remember is him having sex with the cousin. Because I was like, oh, what is that? Is they gonna show something? They did the safest bullshitest ass sex scene.
Yeah. Cause I wish the fuck one of my cousin Faith. You know what? I know everybody know you a screw up, and that's fine. But once you screw my husband, you gotta go. That's it.
Listen, man.
That's it. I don't give a fuck what kind of problem we were having, Faith.
Listen, man. I like sex for a whole bunch of more shit involved in sex. I'm not just gonna bang somebody in the attic up against the wall. That shit, I'm not doing that. Okay?
He saw her dancing and it just did
No, man, that
him.
ain't how that shit supposed to work, man. That just reinforces that beastly shit they be talking about, man. Oh, she dancing, I'm finna go jump on her. She just so happened to want to as well. But like, I don't got that shit, man. I want to have sex with people who want to have sex with me. You know? Number one. Number one. Number two, that need to be a certain ambiance, man. Like, I ain't fucking you on the back of no truck with tools and shit back there with it. That shit out, I can't do that. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the environment makes a difference for me. So it's like, one, this is a big risk because we doing this in the house. Two, the ambiance is not set up.
The disrespect of them doing it. This bitch ain't had nowhere to motherfucking go, and you in my house. And the way that you repay me by being in my goddamn house is by fucking my husband. I would have used that knife. Like she didn't want to stab her because she was letting them hold her back. Our Faith would have got stabbed.
No, Faith should have been let go, and the husband should have been the one that got stabbed. That motherfucker is the one with the responsibilities.
Normally, I agree. Faith is family. Like, when it's a regular bitch out on the street, yes. You my fucking family, bitch. Are you serious? My family enough that I let you come and stay with me because you needed help.
We don't even know how they treated her during her childhood.
I don't give a goddamn.
Yeah, it do matter. You know, you got some family members that'll take everything from your ass because of how you done treated them.
I gotta act like that.
It's some cousins out here right now. I'm gonna fuck her husband one day. Watch this. Just watch this. It's cousins out there right now because of some shit they aunt did. Because of how they treated their mama. She treated my mama crazy as hell.
Faith. My husband too, but Faith would have got. And normally I'm not really an advocate of jumping on the woman. You need your husband, your boyfriend. They the one that has loyalty to you in this relationship, not the other woman. But if the other woman is a fucking close family member of mine, no. Now
what
both
if
of y'all
Faith got hands?
Huh? I don't care. We just gonna be in some hand throwing ass bitches in there.
I'm just saying, you gonna get hands put on your ass.
That's fine.
As long as you gave your best effort to whoop some ass.
I gotta know I tried. But my own peace of mind, I gotta at least attempt to whoop the bitch ass.
I got you.
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights. Yes, absolutely. Plenty of times.
Okay. Where your mama at? Dead. Where your dad at? He dead too.
They said, Richard Pryor said, if you had a won, we would have gave you your money. But since you lost, you don't get no money. Now, put everything down and go home and brush that tooth. That shit was the wrong move, boy. I said, I mean, that's.
I told y'all I don't
shit.
want no damn kids around me. I told you this little motherfucker was bad luck. It ain't had nothing to do with that kid. You just lost, nigga. Shit.
After he got shot, he was like, I guess he do have bad luck with kids.
Oh, Dream Girls.
No.
You haven't seen? Not even the original one?
No.
Okay.
That's Eddie Murphy and Beyonce.
The new one, yes. The
Yeah.
original one had the lady whose name I still can't fucking think of that was in Way to Exhale.
Nope. Oh, you talking about the old lady, the mama? She played the mama everywhere.
She does play mom.
That's
yeah.
her. You talking? Who you thinking about?
She was the mama. She was a mama to one of the kids in Waiting to Exhale. Her son, his daddy was gay.
Yeah.
Yes, her. I can't think of her fucking name. I don't know why I can't think of her name. But she was in Dreams. She was one of the original Dream Girls. Purple Rain. Purple
Nope.
Rain. Purple Rain.
Nope.
Oh man, you gotta see Purple Rain just for how fucking ridiculous. Look, Purple Rain is exactly what you would think if you thought about Prince coming up with a movie concept. Purple Rain is exactly what it would be.
Okay.
Purple Rain is the soundtrack is amazing. The movie, but that soundtrack is fire. Friday,
Of course, yes.
5 Heartbeats.
Vaguely.
Nights like this, I wish.
I think I have seen the 5 Heartbeats. I have seen the
The
5
one with Ed Kane Jr.
It used to come on so much.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember seeing it all the way through from the beginning to the end. Because you know how cable used to be. It's like when you turn into a channel and you see something
Yeah.
and you just finish watching it. I don't know if I've seen all of that shit all together.
Oh, okay.
Or you turn to the TV and you start watching something and then your mama come in and fucking change the channel and shit. Like, I don't know that I've seen that whole movie all at one time.
When Jadena came out, everybody kept saying he looked like Red from that movie.
Don't remember it.
Red is the one who got hung over the balcony. I don't know if you seen that scene.
Don't remember it.
He went trying to demand that they talk to him about his contract. He was like, my office hours are from 9 to 5. And he was like, I don't give a fuck about your office hours.
Oh, yeah.
They hung that
Okay.
nigga over that balcony. He was crying. He said, when are my office hours? 9 to
That nigga
5.
don't look like no Red. That must have been about his hair.
What? And he had that little swoop.
Yeah, that was about his hair.
It was about his hair. And they light skin, red hair. That was really it. Menace to Society.
Yes.
Dead Presidents.
Yes.
I have not seen Dead Presidents. I just House Party.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. I got a scenario.
I mean, you've seen most of them.
I seen maybe half.
Yeah.
You ready for the scenario?
I guess.
This is on somebody's page.
Okay.
A man and a woman have been dating for a while and things are going great in the relationship.
Okay.
They usually spend a few nights a week sleeping over at each other's homes.
Okay.
He rents a high-rise apartment downtown for $1,800 a month.
Okay.
She owns a nice house in the suburbs that is paid for outright.
Shit.
His lease is expiring, and with it comes a 10% rate increase, which will take his rent to nearly $2,000 a month.
God damn.
A conversation about moving in together came up, and they agreed that living together would be the natural progression of the relationship and would also give them both the opportunity to hit their individual financial goals more quickly, since they would be sharing living expenses instead of paying double for everything each month.
Okay.
She presented him with the proposed budget on the half of the cost of the household bills, along with the rental amount of $800 per month, and he was flabbergasted. They are now at an impasse because he feels that he shouldn't have to pay any rent since she has no mortgage, and she feels that she sacrificed greatly to pay off her mortgage early without any financial help from him, and he should be happy because he's still saving thousands each month by living there. In your opinion, which position makes the most sense?
I mean, I kind of get both sides. If I was him, $800, $2,000, I wouldn't give a fuck. I just wouldn't. I would much rather pay that to her. Because I mean,
This is clearly a principle-based dialogue.
it is.
Because yes, he would pay significantly less money, but her house is paid for.
True. And I mean that may just be some security that she needs, and him being there paying. I don't know. Like that may speak to some other things maybe going on in their relationship that she feels like. Cause it could be just that, you know, she's very proud that she paid it off and did it without anybody's help, but him paying her that $800 doesn't supersede that. It doesn't take away the fact that she bought this house herself without any help. It's still the same thing even if he live in there later. So to me, there seems like there might be something else that either her family is like, you want to let him move in this house? It's your house. You ain't gonna make him pay nothing. He just gonna stay there rent free. You know how family get involved.
She stay there rent free. Hell, what you talking about?
She stay there rent free, but that's like saying well, your car paid off. I shouldn't have to give you nothing on this. It's like, no, she said
no, because gas is something that actively needs to be refilled. Once that car is paid off, like.
But I mean, I guess seeing as how she's the one that paid it off and put the work in to pay it off, maybe they're saying, you know, he shouldn't be able to live there for free. Because he wouldn't live for free anywhere else. Like if I don't know, my apartment complex may be completely paid off. I don't know, but they still charge everybody that live there rent. So, it does sound like it's more on principle, and I don't know what her principle is.
The reason it hits me wrong is because her reasoning is that it would give them both the opportunity to hit their individual financial goals. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, then why would she want to take money from him to give to her? Like, to me, it sounds like she wants to meet her financial goals more quickly than him. Like,
well, 800, he's still gonna be.
I mean, he's still coming out on top, but I'm saying if we trying to meet our financial goals, then I'm slowing mine down to speed yours up. So to me, it's imbalanced. It's imbalanced in that way. And if she framed it a different way, and to me, I don't know how long they've been together in this scenario, but it's like saying, I want you to help me pay for debts and things I incurred before I knew you.
Well, not really, because the house, he's currently benefiting from the house. Like, it ain't like he helping her pay off some shit that he ain't gonna see. He's in the house living in it. But it doesn't.
But I'm saying if if what she says out of her mouth is, I've sacrificed greatly to pay off my mortgage early without any financial help, you know, then why are you trying to catch that up through my $800?
Or maybe not catch it up, but maybe she feel like he shouldn't get a free ride just because he met her.
But is that relationship shit though? You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll make me feel like a roommate, like a motherfucker.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds like there's some other things at play that are not, maybe haven't been mentioned, because if he gonna be helping pay other bills, if they're gonna split the household finances, then he not staying there for free. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like I can tell you from my perspective, my family, if I had a house that I had paid off and I was finna get ready to move a dude in, this would be a conversation me and my mom would have. Like, she would say some shit like, but you need to have him pay something. He don't need to be saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like as a woman, you know, depending on the kind of family you would have people in your ear saying, he don't need to be staying there for free.
I was in a situation similar to this before, but with my sister. And I didn't find out until years later that this was the case. My sister, apparently, and she told me this like I didn't live with her at one point and pay her rent. But she said that what happened is somebody bought her some homes in her apartment complex that I was staying in there with. Mm-hmm. And what happened was she went to the bank and she applied. She did all the stuff she was supposed to do. And the people gave her the key early without finishing the process of her loan. Mm-hmm. So she moved into the house and nobody ever asked her for rent. Nobody ever sent her any mail in. Nobody followed it up. What they thought was that the house was vacant. until they decided to come follow up on their purchase. Because that's what happened. People buy all these houses and it take them years sometimes to follow up on the properties that they got when it's like a big company buying all these houses. And she told me this after the fact. But when I was living with her, she made rent seem so important. And she was making so many frivolous purchases while we was there. And I'm sitting there like, she's charging me the same amount that I would be able to pay if I was in, not living here in North Carolina. I should just go back home and stay in my own place. And so I left because of that. Well, I left her house to start staying with this girl that I was talking to at the time, which I didn't live with her, but I was just over there all the time and going back to my sister's house intermittently. And when that situation went down the drain, I was like, all right, I'm going back to Alabama. And so I went back to Alabama. And that was the experience I had. It's like she didn't need that money. And what it cost me was very high at the time because I was in college and I was tripping. I don't imagine either one of them really need that money like that. I mean, you already staying in somebody $2,000 a month nearly.
Hell yeah, you
can afford that shit.
Hell
and same thing for somebody who done paid off a house. So I would reasonably pay somebody that I was with $800. But you know what? Me personally, I'm just arguing this because of their situation. Personally, I wouldn't stay there without paying something. I would make sure something is paid, or I will come up with something where let's take that $800 a month and put that into some kind of fund where we do vacations, or we go out to eat, or we do something because, that could be a building of our relationship. And this is what I'm going to invest in our relationship. If you're going to invest it in our relationship, otherwise I'm just going to fucking stay where the $2,000 a month is. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it.
If I owned the house, I don't think I would. That wouldn't cross my mind. Now, helping me pay these other motherfucking bills, this power and shit, absolutely. But like, just coming up with something for him to pay just so he can pay, I just don't think that would be something that I would do. If the shit is paid off, then it's paid off. Like, I just need you to help me keep these lights on, keep some air, heat, buy the dogs some food from time to time. If you're gonna live here, they live here. We all live here together. So might have to go get some dog food, nigga.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some other things at play there, I bet. And just from me knowing how my family is, with my family, it would be them saying shit like, "You gonna let that man just live in your house with you? Y'all mind your fucking business. How about that?
Damn.
You worry about what's in your house and what you is and ain't doing over there." Hell. Anything else? All right. If you have a question that you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist, and send it to us that way. Colin will be on the show. What is that? Is that next week? That's next week.
Yep.
Next week. So if you have any questions, comments that you want for Colin, send it to us this week and we will address them on next week's show. So, Sam Smith, the singer, when Sam Smith originally came out singing, he was very, he wasn't really saying anything about his sexuality, which he didn't have to. There were murmurings that he was gay, but he did eventually come out and say that he was gay, and everybody was like, "Oh, okay." People kind of already knew it. There were like old photos of him dressed in drag and shit that was floating around, whatever. So fast forward to now. I follow Sam Smith on Instagram, and Sam has been posting a lot of him in heels, him in women's clothing, him in his underwear, which he is one of the hairiest men I've ever seen in my life, and I don't know why the fuck he think anybody want to watch and see that. I don't know.
Somebody do.
Somebody
They
does.
like bears out here.
So, I figured that he's just he's a very feminine man. He always has been. That was nothing. This past week, this was a post that he made on Instagram. Today is a good day, so here goes. I've decided I am changing my pronouns to they, them. After a lifetime of being at war with my gender, I've decided to embrace myself for who I am inside and out. I'm excited and privileged to be surrounded by people that support me in this decision, but I've been very nervous about announcing this because I care too much about what people think, but fuck it. So I guess they, them is somebody that feels like non-binary. They're not male, female, correct? Usually when those pronouns are used.
Potentially. They don't want to be recognized as man or woman. And so they don't want to use pronouns that denotes that they are either a man or a woman. So binary means that I'm in the middle. I don't want to be referred to as either one of them. Mm-hmm. Or maybe not even I'm in the middle. Maybe it's I'm on the outside of either one of them.
He's supposed to... no, he did. So non-binaries, he did use that specifically. He's supposed to at some point further explain it when he feels like he can. He doesn't really feel like he can get into real detail about it now. He said he understands that there'll be some misgendering, but he just asked for people to please try. I feel like they, them is the most difficult pronoun switch to make, simply because it goes against the rules of the fuck am I trying to not punctuation of language. It's they're plural, and when speaking about one person, you don't use plural form of anything. And so for me, that's one of the more difficult ones for me to remember to do. He, she, changing that is still singular. It's still singular. It's still talking about this person that's in front of me. And so it's a lot easier for me to make that switch. They, them has been difficult because I've had some situations where people have wanted to be called that, and it's I have to really.
Well, the craziest part is the essence of using he or she is only when you're talking to somebody else. Like, you don't use that in front of them anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, so the only time you will reference them is talking to somebody else about them. So this ain't even a conversation you're talking about having with that person.
Well, her saying, like, okay, you still can use pronouns that are gender specific when you're talking to somebody, because I've what have I done? I'm trying to think of an example of or even just I don't know, I can't think of a good example, because we have a transgender person that comes in now, and remembering to say she, like, even even when they come in, the person that's up front, that your 10 o'clock is here, and he saying he instead of she in front of that person.
But that's what I'm saying. You still talking to the other. You still not talking to that person.
Yeah.
You talking to somebody else. So it seems like those non-binary terms are still mostly for other people. Yeah. That you have conversation with about that person, not with that person specifically.
Even still, because it's not the singular plural thing is what fucks me up, because it's like, I know I'm talking about one person, so I'm not gonna say they is plural, or them over there, you know what I'm saying? And so even when talking to somebody else about this one person, my mind doesn't automatically reach to a plural form of a word when I know I'm talking about Sam Smith.
I understand. It's weird.
It's weird. It's definitely a change. But I wasn't totally surprised that he did. Cause like I said, I follow him on Instagram, and so he been posting all kind of little weird pictures of him doing different shit. Just he's been extraordinarily feminine here lately. The only time I really now see him where he's suited and booted, as my grandma would say, is when he's at an award show. That's because that's still what the expectation is. Moving forward, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna show up in a ball gown to his next award show. Now that I don't know. But on his Instagram, he's been very. It was obvious that something was finna change. Something was going on. So that was interesting to see. And I tell people all the time, I call you whatever you want to be called. I don't give enough of a fuck to say I'm not gonna call you that because that's not what you are. I ain't got nothing. What you want me to call you is what I will call you. I don't care. I just don't care enough to fight that battle of, you need to be called this because this is the way it is, and I'm gonna force you to call yourself this, and for everybody else to call you this. I just don't care. If somebody told me that they want to be known as a banana, okay, I'm gonna call you banana. When I remember to call you banana, you gonna be a banana. Unless I slip up and forget, but it ain't gonna be because I'm like, she's not a banana. I'm not gonna call her no fucking banana. You're a banana if that's what you say you want to be called. Whatever. Doesn't make my day change at all.
So, Felicity Huffman.
Yes, one of the people in that college scandal.
Yeah, her role was that she paid somebody to manipulate her daughter's SAT scores.
Shit.
So that she got better scores. And she was sentenced. She was sentenced to 14 days in jail.
What? 14 days? 2 weeks. She got 2 weeks.
And I guess that we should be under the assumption that those 14 days after she's completed them, we're supposed to assume that means that she's paid her debt to society.
Oh, that is such bullshit. Wow.
And
American justice system, everybody.
Now, first off, I can't remember the name of this lady.
What?
But there's another story going around about this lady who got 5 years in jail for taking her son to school outside of district.
Oh.
I can't remember her name, and I'm sorry that I can't remember her name, but you've probably seen a meme with her on it with Felicity Huffman on it. That is not accurate. It's not an accurate story. That woman did get 5 years after she took her son to the school, but it was a separate event. She got arrested for selling crack and prostitution. and in her hearing, she conflated all of that together. And I think media at some point conflated it all together. But once something takes a life of its own,
oh yeah,
with memes and shit. But it's just
selling crack is a better reason to do this for 5 years then.
Is it okay? Is it okay for her to have done whatever it takes to give her child the best life she could have?
No. Because so here's my issue with shit like doctoring, test scores and shit. Your child has to learn how to earn the shit that they get. And when you take away that ability for them to do that, then you have these very, very entitled ass young people running around who feel like the world should just bend to their every fucking whim because their parent has made it that way. Sure, you're supposed to want the best for your child. You're supposed to push them to succeed, to be the greatest that they can be. Now, if the greatest that they can be is a low score on the SAT, it's just unfortunate, but that's what it is. Because the fact of the matter is the fact that she's Felicity Huffman's daughter with a low SAT score, much, much different of a situation than if my child made a low SAT score. Because I don't have Felicity Huffman's background money to, to cushion the blow of that. My kid get a low SAT score, he fucked. Like, we're going to have to figure out, you're going to have to go to a community because something, it's going to make some big changes occur. She can afford to pay for her to go into a school, maybe not have to take remedial classes or whatever, but you could still get into any school that she want to get into because you Felicity Huffman. So no, I don't think this is a situation of them wanting the best for their child. Of course, you're supposed to want the best for your child, but you also are supposed to want to. Your goal is to be creating an adult that can live out here and survive in the world. And you create these entitled people when you hand them everything. Like if she couldn't cut it, she couldn't cut it. Because that's how life works. Sometimes if you can't cut shit, then shit happens.
That sounds like a Republican rhetoric.
How does that sound Republican?
Entitlements, and when people do things for you and you don't pick yourself up by your bootstraps, that's what happens.
No, because this ain't her. This isn't her picking herself up by her bootstraps. She's already got somebody holding her bootstraps.
You know what I'm saying? The government, the Republicans saying that the government don't need to be a Felicity Huffman. And they think that poor black people poor people who get...
The government and somebody's mama is different. The expectations for those two entities is going to be a little bit different. As a parent, you should want your child to make sure, and the government ain't even helping people out, is trying to, this imbalance that already occurs just naturally because of the way our system is set up. That's what government assistance does. It's to help with a natural imbalance. There are people in certain neighborhoods who start out at a fucking deficit. Okay, you having your child who can't cut mustard on the SAT is different. Get her some tutoring. You got the money to do that. Help her make a better score as opposed to buying a score for her. Why would you not just pay for some tutoring and shit?
You pointed out my issue is that she's had the means for her child's whole life to enshroud her in a world that could have gave her her own knowledge to be able to do that. And you didn't do that well enough. And to have to try to catch up at this point is just not fair and garbage. I don't give a fuck if you ain't been there, if you've been acting and been making money or whatever, and you didn't realize that your child was dumb as a box of rocks. But I can tell you what's going to happen if she ain't prepared and you just got her in from them scores. She going to fail, flunk out, and be done. And that's going to even sound worse. Because
what is it? You gonna also have to be padding the professors. You know what I'm saying? If she can't pass the test, she's not going to be able to do the work in the class. But that's what I mean by becoming entitled, where your mom has set this in motion for this to happen for you. So then when you get in class, you also expect to get an easy ride in class too. I got an easy ride in this motherfucker. That's a disservice to kids. And I mean, not even just on this level. Some of the parents that I work with, trying to get them to understand that what you do not want is to create a world for your child where they think that everybody's going to care about them the way that you care about them. You need to be preparing them for that police officer who ain't going to give a fuck about who they are, that professor who ain't going to give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you create this environment for this child where they feel like everybody is supposed to come to they beck and call into their rescue all the time, that child, you setting them up for failure, because nowhere else in life is gonna work that way. If your kid show up late to work too many times, they gonna get fucking fired. That boss ain't gonna be like, well, you know what, that's Jerome, that's just how Jerome is, we're not gonna fire Jerome gonna be fired as fuck. And you gonna have set him up to believe that he could be late and still not get fired because he's Jerome. That's a disservice to your child. Your goal is to create an adult that's able to survive out here in this world. And the survival is going to look different depending on who you are. But she had all of the tools to give that kid stuff that other parents would sell their soul to be able to give to their child. And you didn't do it. So you can't play catch up now by writing a fucking check. Sorry. Fuck her. And Lori and all the rest of them goddamn parents. Meanwhile, like I said, my kids have to work their ass off just to get a partial scholarship and still have to go work their ass off in class. Fuck out of here. Fuck them. That's how I feel about that. So 9/11 was this past week, and I just thought this was weird. I don't even know. I don't know how I would feel if this was me. Doctors at a Memphis area hospital delivered a baby girl by C-section at 9/11 on Wednesday, September 11th, and she weighed 9 pounds 11 ounces. just weird.
I mean, just a roll of the dice.
I know, but for all of that to line up perfectly like that is weird. Like, do you know the how burying babies' weights is? 9-11. First of all, that's a big ass baby, a 9-pound baby. Probably had to have a C-section. Had to cut that motherfucker out of there.
I'm pretty sure that on days outside of 9/11, they have babies at 9/11.
Of course they do, but I'm saying for everything to line up perfectly for her to be born at 9/11 on 9/11 and weigh 9/11, that's a lot of things to line up at the same time.
Happen like that sometimes.
That would be weird to me.
Roll the dice.
That'd be weird to me if that happened.
Like there's a lowest probability roll.
It is. I wouldn't be having no baby around September. Well, I won't say that. My goal is not to be having a baby around September, because in order for you to have a baby around September, it means that you've had to be pregnant the whole goddamn summer. And I just feel like I would be the most unpleasant person pregnant in this heat.
So you need to get knocked up in the summer.
I need to get knocked up in the summer and go through my pregnancy in the winter and have a spring baby. That's what I need. I need a spring baby. I don't want no fall baby, because if you got a fall baby, then you had to be pregnant during the summer. And it's like 100 degrees here right now. It's September. Like, what the fuck? No. I can't imagine. I'll get mad walking my dogs and I'm not pregnant. Having a basketball up front, swollen ankles and shit, and sweating, I would probably be Satan. So for my future husband, we need to be really fucking in this summer. We need to make this happen. I can't be responsible. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know. And I don't think I need to be pregnant in the summer.
Better control that shit. Because if you don't be pregnant, if you do be pregnant in the summer, you're gonna ruin your fucking relationship. Because you ain't got no damn self-control. Can't stand that hot bitch. Stay complaining about the goddamn heat in their pregnancy. Go find me somebody simpler.
It looks so uncomfortable any time of the year, but like especially in the heat where you can't. It's added weight. It's like something inside of you moving, kicking your organs and shit around. You having to run to pee all the time. It just sounds awful.
It's probably still better than having a kid that you got to take to go do shit, like go to the park.
Like,
any responsibility you're going to have to do with a child for the summer, it got to be worse than pregnancy.
I mean,
because you still trying to keep them alive.
Yeah, but I can send them with their daddy. Your daddy gonna take you to the park.
No, you doing that shit. If you take these damn dogs out, you taking them damn kids out.
But then I have a house with a yard. I won't even be taking them niggas out. I just let them out.
Man, you can't even do that forever.
What, let the dog?
No, it's only so long that you can just use your yard for what enjoyment for kids. They can be like, Mama, we always go outside in the yard. We want to go to that yard. And then they're like, we want to go down the street. And then it's like, we want to go to that place.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And your dad is going to take you there.
No, you're going to take them somewhere. Because they're going to be out there saying, my mommy don't like coming out. She just stay in the house and drink wine.
Why I got to be drinking wine?
Because that's what women do when they stay in the house. And they got a family, and they get some fucking private time. They take a bath with a fucking glass of wine.
That would be something that I would do. It would be. I mean, I do stuff with them, but they dad would probably be doing more of that outside shit.
What if you got a man that don't give a fuck about no outside shit?
I don't know what we gonna do. It's gonna be.
Both of y'all gonna suffer because you gonna do some of the shit and he gonna do some of the shit. And y'all both gonna be mad at each other every now and then.
Like, goddamn it, he's supposed to take this boy to this soccer game. Shit. Now I'm out here. These soccer moms talking to me. I don't want them fucking talking to me. I don't care nothing about this shit.
Talk to them goddamn people. You need somewhere for that damn boy to spend the night at sometimes. So your husband can fuck butt naked in the kitchen. on the countertop, the island in the middle of the room.
Oh, Jesus.
You need friends when you got kids. You need the person that love the shit out of kids, that will always keep your kids no matter what. That's who you need in your life. So you supposed to make friends with them goddamn soccer moms. Your man already limited on how friendly he can be with the goddamn soccer moms.
You fucking right.
So you gotta make them relationships. You ain't gonna be able to get away. Y'all gonna have this conversation. He gonna be like, your ass don't never want to come out there. And then when you realize I've been talking to these damn women, you be getting crazy as hell. So either you going out there or I'm talking to these damn women, and 3 of them fine as hell. If that don't get your ass outside, then you don't care about your marriage.
Damn, why can't dads go talk to some of the soccer dads? Talk to them niggas.
Soccer dads.
I know.
Really?
I know.
You really think soccer dads out there?
There is. I know.
Shit, they probably most of them gonna be white too if it's soccer hell. His black ass gonna be out there talking to all these white ladies who done fetishize people that look like him but never had an opportunity. They gonna be having they fucking housing association meetings talking about this man, your husband, cause your ass ain't never there.
Oh, this is why I know, like that story we had last week of that lady in her 70s. I'm dreading like having to do this shit in my 40s and 50s, like being out football games and shit. Cause I am going to do that. My mom did not let us be involved in a lot of stuff. And I've always hated that. I've always wished that I would have learned a lot more about myself and the stuff I was good at, the stuff that I do for hobbies now. I could have maybe, I could have went down a different path. So I'd already said that, whatever my kid want to be involved in, that they are willing to put the effort in,
Are you
will
gonna
help
push
them
your
out.
girl to girl shit?
No.
Are you gonna let your son participate in girl shit if that's what he chooses?
What's girl shit?
I guess what we traditionally consider girl shit, like ballet or modeling and pageants and shit.
My girls ain't doing no goddamn pageant. I ain't being.
But what
no
if they really
pageant
want
mom.
to?
I'm gonna direct that some kind. We gonna find a direction for that to go in. I hear you loud and clear. We gonna take that love and passion and we gonna put it over here.
If
I'm not being no goddamn pageant.
The likeliness of you having a man that would accept you letting their boy do anything like that is gonna be slim.
It will be, but we gonna have to come to Jesus about it. Cause you gonna have to let me know why the fuck it's all right. It's good enough for our daughter to do it, but not good enough for our son. What's the difference? Why he better than her?
Because he has a meat, woman.
What the fuck?
And meats ain't meant to be in tights.
All these little boys walking around in here and these goddamn nut crushers. Try again.
We talking about little kids.
I don't care. They wear little, what are the little skinny jeans too? No, that ain't gonna work.
Ain't no skinny jeans for kids.
There are skinny jeans for, some of these women be dressing these kids up like they baby daddies. They had skinny jeans for kids. He look just like his daddy. Whole outfit the same.
I was envisioning younger than you talking about.
I
was envisioning children younger than what you talking about. I'm thinking about kids that are young enough they got them jeans that just look stiff. Yeah, you just pull them up over like they got the rub on the inside of them. That's what I was thinking. I think about kids that little. I wasn't talking about kids who was old enough to say you ain't my daddy.
If he wanted, I don't know. I don't even know. Ballet was not something. My cousin was in ballet. It was never something that I had an interest in. So I was imagining if a kid of mine wanted to do ballet, that he'd be a little older. Like he wouldn't be like out of the womb, like do some.
You never know. You be able to tell when a kid's like a little bit more flamboyant.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. He'd be like, that boy's gay.
Look, at this age, you get what you get, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't old enough to keep having kids, and this is just what it is. This who we got. This who he is. We just don't have to make it. work. Because we ain't, by the time I have a kid, it may be to where this it. I won't even be able to have no more goddamn kids after that. So the store might be closed. We gonna have to make this shit work. Because he's all we got.
Do you know what? This is random, but do you know what the fuck we do with helium?
Put it in balloons and use it to talk funny?
We do that. I just figured I just discovered what other uses for helium was because we got a helium shortage right now.
Oh, okay. I was like, why were you looking up helium?
Medical uses. Heliox mixtures in respiratory treatments for asthma, bronchitis, and other lung deficiencies.
Oh.
MRI magnets. High-speed internet and cable TV. Mobile phone, computer, and tablet chips. Computer hard drives.
Helium?
Yeah. Cleaning rocket fuel tanks. Microscopes. Airbags. Detecting leaks, such as in the hull of a ship.
Helium's an airbags.
Shielding and welding. It's so many different things we use it for.
I wouldn't have thought that
Yeah.
for most of those things.
And we had a shortage of it. So, like, my question was, why the fuck are we putting helium in fucking colored pieces of rubber to tie it up just so they can fucking float? Why the fuck are we doing that?
When it has much more serious uses.
Exactly. We using it for such frivolous bullshit. Like if aliens came down here and said, show us your popular resources. And we showed them all this popular shit that the important shit that helium is used for. And then they see us blowing them up in balloons. They're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? This is goddamn, these are elements. Y'all are putting an element from the periodic table that floats in a fucking balloon and letting that shit go. Fuck is wrong with you?
Which is terrible for the environment also.
It's really bad for the environment. Like balloon pieces be showing up on beaches and shit.
Yeah, when people do those balloon, and unfortunately where I work, we do this shit. And since I started working there, I've been trying to say maybe we should do something different. But we do a balloon release every fucking year. And just let all these goddamn balloons go up in the air. That shit is horrible for the environment.
Very
it's
bad.
Stupid. And it's stupid. Like, I know it's supposed to signify blah, 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 but, like, it's fucking stupid. There are other ways for you to do that without fucking the environment up even more. Human beings ain't shit. And then when the environment get fucked up to the point where it's against us and then niggas is gonna be wanting to talk shit. Like, no, we did this. So just breathe these last little bits of air you got and shut the fuck up. Burning the Amazon and shit. Human beings ain't shit. We are
not.
Shit.
We are not.
Jesus. Oh God. So it's been Fashion Week and Kanye West revealed what's gonna be his foam runner Yeezys. It looked like somebody stuck their foot in a marshmallow. Let me say this, and I feel like every time I talk about Yeezys or any other like super expensive name brand, motherfuckers are like, you say that because you can't afford it. I could become a billionaire tomorrow. I would not. Those shoes look like the kind of shoes that special kids have to wear. Them corrective shoes. That's what Yeezys remind. I don't know, and I feel like people, because they're Yeezys, just was like, oh, them fire. Like on their own, take his name away from it. Take all of that away. Them shoes are ugly as fuck. Don't at me. They just are. And I'm not saying this because I can't afford to buy them. I wouldn't buy them if I could because they ugly. They are some of the ugliest shoes I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that y'all out here paying $500+ for these ugly goddamn shoes, I don't understand. And now his new, crop of shoes is gonna just look like fucking marshmallows out here. The shoes are ugly. I'm sorry. If you got on a pair of Yeezys and you listen to this, enjoy, but your shoes are ugly.
People buy Yeezy for the comfort.
Get some Crocs then. Go buy some Crocs. Just go get you some comfortable, ugly ass Crocs.
But they tennis shoes though.
What is that? Crocs got the little belt on the back. If you need to run with them on.
That's not a tennis shoe. You can't run with them shits on.
Them shoes look like shoes for special people. That thick sole, like I hate them shoes. And I hate that they became so popular. And I keep waiting for them to go out of style. And now he done came out with, the Marshmallow 2020s in this motherfucker. Them shoes is ugly. They just as ugly as the other shoes. Like I hate his shoes. Like I feel like if I became rich, I would be like a Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would see me dress regular as fuck. Like I would be Bill Gates. You would not see me with a bunch of Fendi and all of this bullshit on. And even if I did own some Fendi shit, it isn't going to be the kind of Fendi shit that got them goddamn F's all over it. Like, that just ain't my stance. This is not my style. I would still look regular as fuck. I would. I would be Bill Gates. They would be like, damn, Red came in all of this money and she still got this. I got on a shirt right now. This is exactly how I feel about most things. My shirt said meh. And that's how meh. That's how I feel about most shit. Meh. So, if you are a Yeezy fan, I guess, and you like me and don't have the money, I guess you better start saving up for the Marshmallow Special, the Powerpuff Girl shoes.
Guess so.
Fashion Week Rihanna, just real quick, had her Fenty show during Fashion Week, and apparently it was recorded, and Amazon's gonna release it on the 20th, like a Beyonce homecoming special type shit, but it's the Fenty fashion show.
Interesting.
Niggas is mad as fuck too, cause they listen, this is how I feel about Rihanna and not putting out new music. If you go look at Rihanna was putting out an album back to back to back to back. Like she put out music. It was always some Rihanna music on the radio. She found other interests. And she decided to put the music down for a little while. I ain't mad at her because she has made an empire with this Fenty shit. The makeup, now she got lingerie and bras, and everybody is saying that shit is just so much better than Victoria's Secret. Like the comparisons are being made, and I'm happy for her. And I can just listen to the music she already done given us. I can wait, but motherfuckers are mad. Every time people see Rihanna, where the music at? And Rihanna's the kind of bitch that every time somebody asks her that, she would push it back like, okay, well, when everybody leave me the fuck alone about it, I'll put some music out. Long as you keep asking me about the shit.
Yeah.
I feel like she had that kind of attitude, like, motherfuckers keep talking shit. You'll never get this music. Which is why I like her. I could hang with Rihanna. Minus the smoking. She do a lot of smoking. Outside of that, I think I could hang with her. I think that'd be cool.
Yes, she got a special kind of energy.
She has big dick energy. You can have big dick energy and not have a dick.
I know. I know.
We've talked about it before.
So, in Alaska, have you heard about what happened with the swimming competition?
No. Why are they having a swimming competition in Alaska?
I mean, clearly in the goddamn frozen water, Red.
It might be. They had that Burning Man challenge where them folks put themselves through all of that bullshit.
This is a high school swim meet.
Oh, okay.
This girl raced and won the race, and then she was sidelined by a referee and disqualified.
Why?
Because apparently they have something in pool called modesty rules. And she said when the girl got out of the water, she could see her butt cheeks touching butt cheek to butt cheek.
What?
So she disqualified her because of
what?
that. Yeah.
It's a motherfucking swimming pool in a swimsuit. Modesty rules. just swam my ass off faster than everybody else in this goddamn pool, and because my suit got a little awry, that qualifies me from winning the swim meet? The fuck kind of sense does that make? Modesty rule. What?
So this kid happens to be black, and everybody else a part of this is not black. So
were they just upset about seeing her brown butt cheeks?
Well, they made it seem like she did it on purpose for whatever reason.
Why would she do it on purpose? What would she gain from doing that? What?
I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things where you're talking about the monitoring of black woman bodies, and making her pay for how her body is naturally shaped versus paying.
Her ass ate a swimsuit. It happens. It's just what sometimes.
It's like she won the fucking race. Like, why they ain't worried about how fast she swam?
Because how fast she swam, I guarantee you had nothing to do with the placement of that fucking swimsuit. Like, that's just bullshit. Modesty rule. Don't they all wear one-piece swimsuits when you do the swim meets?
That's what I thought.
I don't think I've ever seen no bikinis. It's always one piece and the boys have on swim trunks. So what the fuck?
It's ridiculous.
They don't even y'all gonna take her win away from her because it so happened as she was climbing out of the pool, she had a wedgie. That's what you telling me.
Yep. Now it's been reversed at this point. But just like all these other systems where they're talking about cutting black people hair and all the stuff black people supposed to be doing to be involved in the system.
But see, this why people like the whole Kardashian family, like people who benefit off of shit that we have to deal with and get ridiculed, or it doesn't look the same. Black bodies are so sexualized and it's so frustrating to the point where even when you're not trying to be sexual, okay, our bodies are set up different, and so sometimes it don't matter what fucking pair of pants you wear, that ass is gonna be to swing. Just what it is.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have to pay for that, yet when others go and have these augmentations to look this way, they get praised and it's looked at like it's something great to have. That shit is frustrating. This is one of my fears of being a parent, is having to deal with shit like that and not just go show my whole ass. You mean to tell me that she won this race, and the only way that y'all can try to disqualify my daughter is by saying she had a fucking wedgie when she got out of the pool? Like that, cause this had nothing to do with her win whatsoever. Okay, she blew all y'all out the goddamn water, literally. And the only thing you have to use is the way her swimsuit was when she was crawling out of the water after she massacred all the rest of you girls. Is that what we're doing? Like, what? Oh, Jesus. Help me when I'm a parent. Not to get locked up. Oh. I would have been that parent on the sideline that... I would have been losing my mind. Disqualified? Who disqualified? No, not her. The lone little black girl out there who just blew the shit out of all y'all in this water. She disqualified?
Yep.
Fuck out of here. You lost your goddamn mind.
Swimming like a fish.
Like, maybe y'all need to be, instead of worrying about modesty, go have some swim practice. It's obvious you need it. Be worried about that. Get their arms flapping a little faster. Maybe they'll beat her next time. Fuck out of here talking about a swimsuit. Jesus. I don't know where this came from. Keke Palmer was doing an interview or something, but she became a meme. Have you heard this? Okay, I don't even know what she's talking about. I'm gonna play what she's saying, and then I'm gonna read some of the memes that people made out of it.
Ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man. I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
So I don't know what that came from, but so people put things like if we dated before 2019.
Damn.
The day my company shows me my Twitter profile with all my wild ass tweets. Dory when Nemo asked if she knew his father Marlon after she spent days swimming in the ocean with him. When Sierra is asked about Future.
Damn.
Travels internationally. Isn't that your president? This is the response when somebody asks you about if Trump is your president. I don't know who this man is. Do you still talk to that meme? When bill collectors call my phone. When Sally Mae called my phone asking for Tony.
Damn. Tony.
I'm sorry I might sound crazy saying this, but I don't know who this man is. I could see him walking down the street and I wouldn't recognize him. I have no idea what she was talking about. I don't know, but it was just a funny meme. And, you know, Black Twitter takes shit and run with it. So I know she's in that new movie Hustlers about strippers with J-Lo and Cardi B and some Asian lady. I don't remember the Asian woman's name. There's an Asian lady in there. Well, I don't remember her name. A movie about strippers.
I mean, who's surprised?
There's been other movies about strippers.
Of course. That's why I'm asking who's surprised.
Got
Just a movie
Players
about
Club
strippers.
on the black end, and then you
The
got
only thing people watch that movie for is to see if they gonna see some celebrity titties.
Players Club.
Mm-hmm.
Who was a celebrity in Players Club? Oh,
I
what's
mean,
her name?
Hustlers.
Oh, Hustlers. Okay, I was like, Players Club didn't really have no big names in there. I mean, Lisa Ray at the time was a little larger than what she
Jamie
is
Foxx,
now.
but he ain't strip.
He did not strip. None of the strippers. I don't even know Ronnie, the lady who played Ronnie, which is the one who got her ass whooped, and they asked, "Did you even pinch the bitch?" Players Club was a terrible movie. That movie was so terrible. It could have been on that list of black movies, though. That's one of the movies that everybody sees, but it's a horrible fucking movie.
Why they let that damn movie go do something?
I don't know.
It don't make sense.
There's a horrific rape. Just the whole movie. It's just a shitty. It's a terrible movie. It's a terrible movie. But it's a part of the culture. Dollar Bill. Bernie Mac fast talking ass. Gonna be some trouble. Chi-town.
Do you vape or use e-cigarettes?
No. I've used one.
Did you hear about what's going on with them things?
Yeah, they're gonna. Trump is trying to pass a law where it becomes illegal. We gonna do that. No gun control, but vapes.
Nah, well, that's a part of it. But do you know about what health related is going on?
No. I mean, it's not. It's. Go ahead.
There's been an outbreak of some unknown lung disease that has been connected to vaping across 33 states, and 6 people have died at this point.
People been getting lung cancer, having trachs, having the little from cigarettes for years, and nobody's done shit. So I don't know why.
Well, this is separate from what Trump is trying to do. This is separate from that.
Okay.
This was a thing before Trump came out with all of that, and I don't think he came out with that because of this.
Probably not.
I think this was supposed to be Trump shit is supposed to be like a response to what he's doing about substances and all of that jazz. As far as war on opiates and shit,
which is completely different.
Yeah. But the first part is that it's been linked to vitamin E, And I don't know if it means that vaping is forcing the body to absorb a higher level of vitamin E than not, or if they just got some cartridges with just tried a new recipe and fucks up. But everybody who has been sick has been a vape connection. And they don't have a name for the lung disorder yet.
It's a girl that worked in this group of buildings where I work at. She walked by every day. You know when she don't walk by because it smelled like motherfucking strawberry kiwi or whatever I don't know what the flavor is she's smoking, but it smells like fruit every time she walk by.
Don't smell bad.
It doesn't smell bad.
But if you got cartridges, high level cartridges, then you doing worse in your body than cigarettes. Or whatever you would be smoking.
Well, but I don't think vaping was ever. I don't think it ever was supposed to address how bad cigarettes are for you. I think it was supposed to be addressing how bad cigarettes are for the people around you. Vaping, secondhand vapor is a lot different for people than secondhand smoke, than living in a household where your mama smoke all the time and your walls and everything in your house smell like cigarette smoke, as opposed to having a mother that's a vapor. I don't think it was ever gonna be like tons better for you than cigarette smoke, because it still contains nicotine. It just doesn't have the tar from the tobacco, but it still got nicotine and whatever other little shit they use in it. So
yeah,
I think the benefits of vaping is for everybody else, not for the vapor themselves.
Well, some things are showing that ain't even a benefit. And then now Trump's coming out to try to. He wants to ban the flavored pods that come with cartridges that come with the vapes and e-cigarettes.
What would you have if it wasn't a flavored?
I don't know what you have, but he's trying to avert kids from using vapes because of those flavors.
It's not. They're not supposed to be able to have access to them. It's not like. It's like when they started. You notice that you don't really see cigarette commercials.
I don't see commercials.
Well, you don't see commercials. They don't really do cigarette commercials because of the same thing. When cigarettes and when that was a big, huge issue, they were saying that the way that it was being marketed was making it more desirable for young people to smoke, and so they stopped with. You know, they used to have them Cools commercial. I don't know if you remember as a kid seeing like Cools commercials. Them commercials, they be living it up, smoking them goddamn cigarettes. You don't see those kind of commercials anymore for that same reason. But like it being fruit flavored doesn't mean it's for a child. They're not supposed to have access to it anyway. A child isn't supposed to be going in no vape shop and shit. The doors have you supposed to be 21 to even go in them hoes.
But still, like even if you ain't supposed to fool with it like that. Because you're a kid, I mean, the fact that they still say sour watermelon flavor, like, you're going to try that shit.
Have you been down the beer aisle? All of them fruity ass drinks, all of these little margarita things, there's so many, like, alcoholic beverages that would be appealing to children if they saw it. Because it's supposed to be appealing to women who don't like hard liquor and don't like beer and don't like how that tastes. It's the same fucking thing.
I mean, maybe. But maybe. I don't know.
Because I just bought some Georgia peach. He makes whiskey. Not Jim Beam.
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Southern peach. It's delicious. Fruity.
No alcohol for me.
Most of like the stuff, look again, it's catered towards women, but it also could be kid friendly. Like beer does not look kid friendly, but like all of them alternatives, that fruity shit does. All of these limeritas, peacheritas, whatever. All of those little cans, like canned little sodas. Mm-hmm. Same thing. To me. But, I don't know. Did I have anything else? I mean, I was gonna talk about this, but I really don't give a fuck about her. Kylie Jenner opens up about motherhood and sexuality. You can still be sexy and be a badass mom. Of course you can when you're 21.
Yeah.
And a fucking millionaire. Bitch, bye. You are not the person. You ain't you ain't the person to be speaking on how easy and how sexy motherhood can be. The lady living in her 1-bedroom apartment with her baby, working all of these jobs. This is different. You live a different life, Kylie. So I'm sure it is easy for you to be a badass, sexy woman and a badass mom at the same time. Sure you can. That's not the life for most people, though. You're in the 1%, sweetie. You're in the upper 1% of the population.
Now act like it.
Get your ass down somewhere. Talk about how easy it is. I ain't even a mama and I want to punch you in the face for that. Just for the moms that I know who be out here running around ragged all the time, trying to work and do this shit for their kids with or without help sometimes. Like, the fuck out of here, Kylie. Get your ass down. It's easy for you. You don't need to be speaking for nobody else. Speak for the 1%. Y'all the only ones that had that kind of life. Everybody else is looking a little different. So, screw her. No, I don't like the Kardashians. They get on my fucking nerve. Kardashian Jenners.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say that. I don't have a problem with Courtney because Courtney minding her business and raising her children, and it don't seem like she's doing all of this bullshit to her body and shit. She just living her best life. And the little model one, I ain't got no problem with her. They just out here living life. The rest of them hoes, though, rest of them hoes can kick rocks.
So, 21 Savage has said hot girl summer is over. It's officially fuckboy fall.
Oh, lovely. That's fun. That's great. It's good to hear.
That nigga need to take his British ass home somewhere. But I don't hear that shit, man. Nigga.
Fuckboy fall. That ain't gonna work out. Cause cuffing season right after that, when you trying to get warmed up with somebody, doing fuckboy fall gonna make cuffing season a little hard for you.
Some boys can do that.
Yeah, but not all. I feel like there's more of them that can't do it successfully than there are that can.
I don't know. Based on the woman's naivety.
I'm tired of all of this shit. I don't understand why we gotta come up with these little. Everybody do fuck shit anyway. We ain't gotta glorify it. Just if you gonna do your fuck shit during the fall, winter, spring, summer, whatever, just do that. We don't need to glorify it. Just people been doing fuck shit forever. The fuck shit's been going on since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
We don't need to glorify it with no fucking seasonal sayings. Like, sit y'all ass down. Just do what you gonna do and hush. Hell.
What else you got?
That was
That's
all
it.
I have.
That's all I got, hell.
All right.
We're a few minutes early.
Oh, it'll probably be longer next week because of Collins.
Definitely be longer next
Balance
week.
it out.
Yeah. You got anything else on your mind?
I do not.
All right. Well, until we come to the next conversation.
We out.
Holla.